Twitch, the streaming platform from Amazon, has over the last year been quietly banning all new user signups from the state of Israel. Immediately following the October 7th attacks on Israel, they banned new user signups from Israel. They banned new user signup verification via email. They banned new user signups with Israeli IP addresses, and they banned new user verification with Israeli prefixed phone numbers. This has just come out over the last couple of days, but it's been going on for over a year. But Amazon's been quiet about it. They hadn't made any announcement about it. And when they've been telling people that they're not allowed to sign up, they've been quiet about why. But over the last couple of days, people have finally been putting all of the pieces fully together. When people go to sign up from an Israeli IP address, they get a generic error message. If they do nothing, it just eventually errors out. Their user account is never authenticated and it's done. If they appeal that to Twitch support will eventually get back to them with an email address that simply says, we've investigated your account, we've looked into it carefully, and you cannot have an account. Thank you, goodbye. And then that's it, and the account's gone. This has been an ongoing thing. Well, people have dug into it a little bit. One user over on X posted this, quote, "Had to check it for myself and saw that Twitch actually blocks users from registering using Israeli IPs. They don't show it in the UI, a generic error is shown, but it does appear in the raw HTTP response." This is crazy. And they go ahead to show all of that as well. Other groups like Stop Anti-Semitism over on X said, quote, "We have received the code proving Twitch has been blocking users from Israel from accessing their platform since October 13th of 2023. So basically 6 days after the October 7th attack, and they provide the code so you can see it there. This all finally prompted Twitch, owned by Amazon, to respond. Now, their response is retarded. I don't know a better way to say it here. It's a ridiculous, kind of semi-evil, full of BS response. I'm going to read it to you now and then tell you why large portions of it are outright lies. Quote, "We wanted to address concerns we've seen about whether we're preventing Twitch account signups in some regions." Some regions. Israel. Twitch signups in Israel. One place, say it, it's Israel. Annoying. Continuing. "When signing up for a Twitch account, you can select an account verification method, email or phone, for added protection. Following the October 7th, 2023 attacks, we temporarily disabled signups with email verification in Israel and Palestine." Okay, I'm going to pause for a second. They are not disabling it in Israel and Palestine, only in Israel. You can see it in the code. It's just in Israel. The reason they are trying to get away with saying it's Israel and Palestine is some people in parts of Palestine often use Israeli ISPs. However, this should be noted that Twitch did not ban Egyptian ISPs or Jordanian ISPs, of which many Palestinians use those as well. However, those were not banned. Only Israeli ISPs. Those were the only one that was banned. So they're lying here. They're intentionally manipulating the truth to lie. It's ridiculous. Continuing. "We did this to prevent uploads of graphic material related to the attack and protect the safety of our users." Yeah, you wouldn't want people seeing how Israelis and Jews were being attacked. That would be pretty bad. Signups were not disabled, and we continued to see signups from both regions. Okay. They did. The signups were blocked and verification of accounts were blocked from Israel. Now, people could start the signup process, but you could not actually do the verification, which would allow you to use your account. See, they didn't disable signups. They just made it so your signups wouldn't do squat. Yeah, nice job trying to dodge that one, Twitch. Users could choose to sign up with phone verification. We've learned that inadvertently we did not re-enable email verification signups for either region. Okay, They say that people could sign up with phone verification. However, several people have now posted videos across several platforms showing that they're specifically banning anything with an Israeli phone prefix. They may have changed that now, but as of 2 days ago, that was definitely the case. Phone signups were disabled from Israel. We deeply regret this unacceptable miss and the confusion it has caused. We've fixed the issue, meaning all affected users can sign up with email verification. We've also heard concerns about whether our community guidelines apply to all content on our service. We continue to enforce our rules as consistently as possible and are actively reviewing content and taking enforcement action where needed. Now, that last little paragraph there, I want to talk about that because at the same time as Twitch, owned by Amazon, was specifically banning anyone from Israel from signing up for the platform, they were unbanning and unsuspending past suspended accounts, like in years past, where accounts had promoted death to Jews or terrorist attacks on Israel or Jews. They've been going through and unbanning those people, like such as this charming fella who promotes death to America, death to Israel, and curse be upon the Jews, while regularly posting content promoting violent attacks on Israel and Jews. This is just a common thing there. Now then, there's this article from the Jerusalem Post that specifically calls out one of them. Sneako, who was unbanned recently following a suspension, has videos in which he says, quote, "down with the Yahud," and praises Yahya Sinwar. Now, following the death of the former Hamas head, Sneako, who has 45,000 followers on the platform, said Sinwar inspired him so much. May he rest in peace. Now, Yahya Sinwar is a terrorist responsible for the October 7th attacks on Israel and several terrorist attacks, and generally hates and wants to see the murder of all the Jews. That's that guy. But that sort of message is okay to be promoted now on Twitch. Twitch is claiming that they're doing a good job to, they're really trying to enforce those rules. But really what is happening is Israelis are being banned, and anyone who's anti-Israeli who was banned in the past is being unbanned. Now, all of this is happening at the same time as we're seeing reports from Twitch conferences where they're holding supposedly, and I've been trying to find good video of these so far, so all I've got is third-party reports on this. Oh my gosh, popover ads are annoying. I'm gonna go away from the popover ads now. Where at these Twitch conferences, there's apparently been panels where the panels have talked at length about problems with Jews and problems with Israelis, and how they need to be more Twitch as a platform needs to be more pro-Muslim and anti-Jew. This is coming up repeatedly now. So this is a pattern that we're seeing here. We're seeing a pattern from the part of Twitch and Amazon of supporting anything that's anti-Jew or anti-Israel and outright banning the entire country of Israel when they get attacked. So instead of supporting the victims of an attack, they support the terrorists in the attack and ban the victims. That's what Twitch is doing. That's what Twitch has done over the last year knowingly. And here's the crazy thing. Here's what's nuts. This is absolutely crazy to me. Individuals have been contacting Twitch support, and internal chats revealed that the Twitch moderation teams are a vendor in Egypt. They are not American-based. They're not from California or Seattle or all the various places where you expect Amazon and Twitch to be operating. Their moderation team, it turns out, is a vendor, a third-party company that they license, they work with in Egypt. So their moderation team from Egypt is reviewing people who are like, hey, I'm in Israel and I can't sign up, and saying, sorry, I looked you over real good, you dirty Jew, and you're not allowed on the platform. Now, they didn't say the phrase, you dirty Jew, but it kind of feels implied to me. Now, what we have here is Amazon and Twitch, massive tech companies, massive technology publishing companies, who are responsible for hosting content creators across the globe, specifically discriminating against people based on region, based on, it seems like, religion, and supporting any individuals, no matter how violent and terroristic they are, who are opposed to that group that they don't like. That's what we have here. This is beyond simply a little bit of censorship. This is overtly extreme levels of censorship. It is off the scale. It is off the charts, and it's downright evil. This is not a little bad. This is extraordinarily evil, and it needs to be shouted from the rooftops. I expect that this story will get larger in the days ahead as more people are digging into the details and getting more reports of people who have been trying to sign up for the platform over the last year but been rejected because their country was attacked. And to see Twitch outright supporting and unbanning people who promote and actively encourage the beheading of babies is non-stop evil, and it needs to be talked about. The Lunduk Journal tries to stay away from the pure political stuff, but as soon as it starts interfering and butting right up against the technology, digital publishing, and everything else, we've got to talk about it here. If YouTube were doing this sort of thing, it would also be news. If X or Twitter was out there saying anyone from Canada is banned, and anyone who is advocating for the murder of Canadians is unbanned, that's news. That's news right there, right? That's the same kind of news. And so we need to be talking about this because this is real bad. Now, what needs to happen now is that the head of Twitch needs to resign. The head of Amazon needs to resign. And they need to apologize. They need to open up and reveal the lengths to which their discrimination has infested the company, and they need to cut ties with the company in Egypt. That's what the company needs to do if they want to win back any sort of respect or confidence that they won't be discriminating against Israelis and Jews and whatnot going forward. They won't do that. What'll happen is we'll get another statement that is filled with utter lies and just kind of smarminess like we got from Twitch support just yesterday. That's what we'll get. We'll get another one of those later this week, and that'll be that. Annoying as all get out. I tell you, man, these tech companies have gone so intensely political with their operations of who they allow on their platforms, of how they run their platforms, of who they allow within the company. It would not surprise me in the slightest if we start hearing stories from inside Twitch and any Amazon adjacent portions of Twitch that start talking about people who weren't allowed to work there because they were Jewish or weren't allowed to work there because they were conservative. It would not surprise me in the slightest, considering all of the things that we've seen so far in the tech industry, the patterns we've seen, and what we're seeing out of Twitch and Amazon. I would not be surprised. We'll find out. We'll find out in the coming days. I've put out feelers to a lot of people I know in both Twitch and Amazon. I've asked them officially for comment and received absolutely nothing. We'll see. We'll see. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nerds and nerdettes across the inner tubes, I do declare, end broadcast.